you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. My name is Paige Major, and if you're new to this channel, I talk about branding, photo, video, and all things to help you show up boldly for your business. If this sounds like something you need more of in your business, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notifications every time I put out new content. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you need to create an ideal client profile, how to create one, and we're going to go over an implementation checklist to make sure that all the areas of your business are actually serving and attracting your ideal client. You've probably heard the Seth Godin quote, "If you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one." But what does that really mean? When people are looking for a product or service, they typically have a very specific need or problem they're trying to solve. And different types of people have different types of problems. For example, if you say your ideal client is a woman in her 30s, that could be a lot of different types of women. A woman in her 30s could be a single executive living in a penthouse apartment in New York City. She could also be a stay-at-home mom living on a farm in Iowa. She could be a digital nomad traveling the world with her husband. The point is, all of these women are a woman in her 30s, but they all have very different lifestyles, problems, and needs. You must have a distinct idea of who you're addressing when it comes to both your written and visual content. This does not mean they are the only type of person that you serve. It just means if you were to pick one perfect client, they would be it. I think sometimes when we have a scarcity mindset and think that we're too specific, we won't be able to get any clients at all, and that we need to take whoever we can get because we need to make money. But the opposite is actually true. If you're focused on serving that one perfect person, you will naturally attract other people that are similar to them. If this is resonating with you, give me a yes in the comments below and keep watching, because coming up, I'm going to give you access to my ideal client development guide. It's free and it's amazing, so be sure to stick around. When it comes to creating an ideal client profile, the more specific you can be, the better. Let's get into an example of a specific ideal client story and show you proof that this stuff works. A couple of years ago, I was doing some market research and created a post in a Facebook group looking for some people that would allow me to interview them in order to gain more insight on an offer I was creating. My ideal client is named Vanessa. She's 32 years old, married, and a mom of 2 children, a 10-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy. She used to have a birthday party business, which included a lot of writing and creating content for her blog. After spending so many years doing parties and interacting with moms, she realized that most of her clients had the same thing in common. They all sacrificed their own dreams to serve and take care of their families and weren't even sure what they would do with their life without them. This realization caused her to pivot into helping moms find their passion, and she's now on a mission to help as many moms as she can, using her blog and social media as a platform. She has dreams of speaking on stages, writing a book, and wants to be well known. She knows that in order to do this, she needs to create content that is intentional and sets her apart from everyone else. She needs a strong, consistent presence and knows that comes by building her brand. The problem is, she's not really sure where to start on this journey and would love some direction on what her brand even is. Can you relate to Vanessa? Do you feel like a part of this story was about you? If so, I'd love to book a 20-minute call with you to ask you some questions to help me gain clarity on something I'm working for in 2020. In a perfect world, it would take place this coming Thursday. Let me know. And the responses looked like this. Me, I'm Vanessa, down to the event management background. This is very close to my story. I have younger kids and I didn't have a birthday party business, so I'd be happy to help you if you still need someone. I can relate and I'm happy to help. Definitely relate to Vanessa. I could be Vanessa's big sister. Lots of our stories are similar. I'm around if you need me. Me and my kids are Vanessa plus a few years, 17 for me and 14 for the kiddos. Creating a personal brand is definitely harder for me, and just the whole social media piece. I'm out of your age range, so I'm not a perfect fit, but if you'd like to chat. So obviously I was very specific about what I was looking for here. And guess what? I got responses from not only people that felt like they were Vanessa, but also people who felt like they were related to her. Some people actually felt they were related by blood, or they felt like they were an older version of her, or some other variation. And every single one of those people gave me very valuable information to get me further inside the head of my ideal client. So what information do we need in order to create our ideal client profile? We have to ask questions. This is the part where I give you access to my free Ideal Client Development Guide that has space for you to work through the list of questions that I'm about to cover. It will save your hand from frantically taking notes, and you can find a link to it in the description. In order to get into our dream client's head, let's start with some surface level questions like, how old are they? Are they male or female? Where do they live? Do they have kids? If so, how many? How old are they? What is their marital status? What is their level of education? What do they do for a living? And what is their annual income? Then we're going to dig a little deeper into who they are with questions about their behaviors. Are they introverted or extroverted? Do they watch TV? If so, what are their favorite shows? What do they like to read? This could be books, blogs, magazines. Where do they shop for clothing? What are their favorite brands? And this isn't limited to just clothing. Where is the last place they went on vacation? Who are they with? What are their guilty pleasures? What do they splurge on? And what is their favorite platform to scroll? I'll never forget the time that I had a client who was so focused on wanting to create content for Instagram, only to realize that her ideal client doesn't even have an Instagram account. See why it's so important to know this stuff? Creating content for Instagram on behalf of her business would have been a complete waste of her time and energy. With our final questions, we're going to start getting into their head and heart about what they really need and desire. What was their last Google search? What is their experience in your field of service? What are their worldviews? Who do they aspire to be like? What is their biggest frustration in life? What keeps them up at night? What is their greatest joy? What are they proud of? What gets them excited? Are they happy about their life? Whether the answer is yes or no, why? And lastly, what is their name? Yes, you're going to give this person an actual name. Once you have the answers to all of these questions, you're going to write his or her story the same way I did in the Facebook post that we looked at earlier. And from here on out, everything you create is for whatever your ideal client's name is. Use this as a litmus test for everything in your business. Would Sally like this? Would she be attracted to this? Would she find this valuable? If the answer is yes, it's a go. If the answer is no, then you need to reevaluate. Keep in mind, your ideal client is not set in stone forever. They can grow with you as your business grows, or you can repeat this exercise and move on to a new ideal client altogether. Now, let's get into the implementation checklist and look over some stuff to be sure that it's actually serving that person and your business. Starting with your website copy and design. Does it look professional? Is it obvious that they're in the right place? Is it clear that you are the person to meet their needs? Is it easy for your ideal client to take action? Next, look at your blogs, newsletters, and emails. Are they written in a way that connects with your ideal client? Are you speaking their language? Are you using words they can actually understand? Then let's move over to your social media posts and captions. Are the topics relevant? Are they engaging? Do they make your ideal client want to respond? Next is your photos and visuals. Would they find them appealing and be attracted to them? Do they reflect the level of professionalism that your ideal client is looking for? And lastly, we're going to look at your products and services. Do your current offerings help solve your ideal client's problems and make their life better? Or do you need to make some adjustments? I want to make it clear that you don't need to go on a crazy deleting spree with old blogs, Instagram posts, and content. If people stumble upon your old content, they'll be able to see how much you've grown, and people love transformation. Plus, it makes you real and relatable. Just make sure that your content serves your ideal client going forward. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let me know if you've ever created an ideal client for your business. See you next time.